Running gives me this, this peace and this comfort that I feel when I'm out there, and I love it. You can run anywhere. You can literally put on a pair of shoes and just go outside, and so that's what I love about it. Well, I came to the University of Louisville thinking that I would be an All-American. I would run at the national level. I've always wanted to run at Hayward Field, which is where nationals for outdoor track are held. My first 2 years were a little rocky. Scored in some conference meets, but not as high as I wanted. Nothing was going as planned, so I changed everything. Started to do high mileage, 70, 75 miles a week. Just trying to get faster, run faster miles, anything that I could do. We have this tempo every year that we do first in camp. It's called Buffalo Road. Super hard, and I broke the record. I was just running so well. I remember cooling down with my teammate, Claire. We were just like, we're fit. We're so fit. Like, this is it. This is when we're going to nationals, and like, this is our year. I was just training great. I was at my lowest weight. My nutrition was good. Everything was perfect. On a Sunday, Labor Day, I was going to Bloomington for a family event that we go to every year, and I felt this pain in my leg. 2 weeks later, I was diagnosed with a stress fracture in my femur, and I was out for 4 weeks on crutches, and then the rest of the time I was cross-training. I tried to come back. I raced 3K of a 5K, and it was the slowest 3K I have probably run in my life. And so we kind of just shut it down. I wouldn't make the team or anything like that. That was my season. That was really hard. I had a bad attitude. I kind of hit rock bottom.
I entered Rachel's life in her last season at UofL as a cross-country athlete. She really spent that entire last semester injured. She couldn't race with her teammates the way she wanted to. She wanted PRs. She wanted ACC titles. But it seemed like God just continually had a different plan for her, and it frustrated her. That first time she got injured was the first time I think God got hold of her heart to show her that maybe she had an idol that was above him.
I was at FCA one night and heard Janelle speak about having quiet time with God in the morning, and so I decided to put the practice time that I would be at to quiet time, and so that really changed my focus, and I was kind of like, all right, God, like, this is in your hands. And so over the summer, I really grew. We had summer studies, went to those, and the story of Jonah is so the story of me, and it was just, clicked messages that we talked about. Was like, wow, that's so my life, and just what God really wanted me to do on this team. And I just really started to pray about opportunities that what I can do for them, and a lot of them came to me with stuff that I feel like they wouldn't have come to me if I was just out there running for myself. So I really made the big picture about them and the big picture about God and showing them Christ-like love.
But she always showed up at practices. She was there to encourage and love on those that were going to race. She would race the best to her ability that she could. That very next week was when she had ACCs. And her goal was just to be able to finish out her college career and to race in that race.
Stepping on the start line, it was pretty emotional. Knowing that it would be my last race. We always pray before we run, so I always lead them in prayer, and I just remember getting there and not being able to finish the prayer, and my roommate just is like, she's standing next to me, and she's like, we get it, like, we got you, no worries. And so trying to get out as fast as possible, I just kind of felt this, it's hard to explain, this sensation, but like a break. And I just knew it was my femur. I knew that it just really, really bad. And so I keep going, and I know I'm towards the end, and I'm like frustrated in my head. I'm like, God, you brought me on this amazing trip and put me in this amazing race and brought me to Louisville, and this is how I'm gonna end and last. I just see this girl that's on the ground, and she is not getting anywhere fast, and I'm not getting anywhere fast. And so I just picked her up and carried her to the finish line, and I knew what she was going through. I was feeling the same thing.
And I look at this video, and it shows Rachel being completely sacrificial, helping another athlete across the finish line who was injured. And I just broke into tears because it was like her testimony completely being lived out. Service is what she was there for, and that's exactly how she finished her college career, was loving and serving on another athlete.
My girls figured out what I had done, and they were just like, you know, you served us this whole time, and then you got to serve somebody else. God had such a bigger plan for me, and I'm so thankful for these 3 stress fractures, because once, you know, he got a little bit of my attention. Twice, it was like, okay, I'm all in. And then the 3rd time, it was like, okay, I get it. Like, this isn't about me. This is about an audience for one. This isn't about anyone else. And so I came to Louisville kind of thinking that I had to do all this stuff, all these awards, and, you know, to have my name in lights. And really all I wanted was to have my name written in eternity, and, you know, to be going to heaven and spending eternal life with Jesus. And my worth and my value is not in a 18-minute race or a 16-minute race, or, you know, he doesn't care about that. It's in, you know, my love for other people and serving other people like he has served, and just showing love is the most important thing. I'm Rachel Pease. I was on the women's cross country and track team at the University of Louisville.